Today, I'm going to show you stuff that nobody will show you. This is a Snap-on 72 tooth ratchet. Now, it doesn't matter what ratchet you got, you have to take it apart and clean it. So what you do is you take the two screws out, take brake clean, and you clean this all out, and then you put some motor oil in there so that it works, right? You have to do this every once in a while. Like I'm talking at least once a year, twice a year maybe. I do it every month or so. But see, you just clean it out. Now this is a 45 tooth. See the edges of how it shined up there? That means teeth are breaking off. And those teeth get in there and they jam, right? So yes, you take it back to Snap-on, they'll do it for free or whatever. But you see any Snap-on trucks around? I don't see any. Anyway, this is a 1/2 inch ratchet. Now this one here is a Craftsman one, and the same thing. See how dry it is? It's all dried up in there. There's old rust and oil and grease. So what you do, it's very simple. Just take the brake clean and a rag, and the rag is the key because you'll see all the garbage and shit on it, right? See, clean it all up. Look at all the rust coming out of that one. I don't use this one very often, that's why. Maybe I should use it more. This was in my spare box, but I took it out for the trip down south because I think I might be able to use it, right? Make sure the button works because it pushes that ball in, right? Okay. And then this here. You don't want to take this out because that is in there with a pin, but you can push it out if you want. And then you just clean it out. Look at the rust and crap coming out of there. Right? You clean that all out like so. And then you put that back in. Like so. Okay. You just put it in, you got the knob here. And then what you do is I just use ordinary motor oil. You just put some motor oil in there. And make sure it gets on everything. Dump the excess. Clean the cover, this is all it is, the little thin shim, right? That's all this is, a little thin shim. Clean that all up. And your snap ring pliers and put the snap ring back in, and that's it. Oh, look at how good that works now. Look at that. That's all you do. Simple as that. That's how you clean your ratchets. Okay? Now I will tell you something that nobody will tell you. This is a 1/2 inch Snap-on, and this is a 3/8 Snap-on. Okay? Now when you use it and you hit it and let it go and it goes, what you do, and they'll never tell you this, so don't even bother asking them, is take the 4 screws out and clean this up and clean the inside. I just did it the other day and I forgot to film it, but that's all. Just take my word for it. Take the 4 screws out, take it out, clean it out, put it all back together. That's when your impact quits working. Especially the 1/2 inch. The 3/8 one's not too bad. Same thing. Take the 4 screws out, clean it out, take the grease out, put a little bit of oil in it, and Bob's your uncle. Stuff people just won't tell you. So that's all I got on that. Clean the ratchets. Well, you probably haven't seen this. This is a 72 zero movement ratchet. It's from Snap-on. It's about almost $200 Canadian. Now look at, see the teeth on that? How fine it is? This is a 72 tooth one. See how fine the teeth are on that? I can't turn it because it'll spit all this stuff out. But yeah, that's all there is to it. Just take it out, clean it, and you'll be amazed. Okay, we did the tool maintenance one. So I told you about the impacts, but I'm going to take it apart for you. So basically what it is it's a Torx, not a Phillips. So you take the 4 screws out, take it apart, and that's all there is in it. And this is what you're cleaning out. Now what it is where it binds is right here on this shaft here on this bushing. I told you I just did this one, that's why it's looking pretty good. But that's a cushion for it, and that's the bushing back in there. So all you do really, you get a shot of that out? That's the bushing in there. Okay? So all you really do is just clean it out a bit. Okay? Clean the shaft up. Now this has got some, now you got to be very careful. This, you can't dry this out. This is a bearing, right? You have to put grease on that and put it back together. Solid, bearing solid. That's how it goes on there, like so. And then that goes up against the cushion, so when you use the impact, it doesn't bang the daylights out of it, right? And then all the other stuff is just in here. This is a drum and all that. You can take all that apart, but it's not really necessary to. All we have to do is clean this up, right? So we take and put some really good grease on it, like so. Put some grease in here, put a little grease on here. Now the reason I didn't do the bearing is because I just did this the other day. Okay, now this is the, where you get the noise on your gun is when it dries out here, it'll give you a rattle. A rattling noise, like go, 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 when you shut it down, like a seized bearing. So you just put lots of grease in there. You can never put enough grease in there, right? And then put the screws back in it. And like we say, Bob's your uncle, basically. That's all there is to it. But you, on the snap-on ones, you have to do it because you got a bushing in it. Okay, now you're going to get the big controversy from Mac and all them guys about bushings and bearings. And this thing pumps out 500 horsepower, so why am I going to complain? And I don't have to take them off by hand. I don't care if it's got a bushing or a bearing. I really don't care. So it's just something you have to do. So there you go.